Today in our 2018 Subaru Outback Wagon, we're going to be test fitting the Rocky Mounts Monorail Solo 2-bike platform rack for 1¼ and 2" hitches, part number RKY10007-05. We already have our bike installed on the rack. Let's go take a closer look here. And one of the more interesting things about this bike rack is you can split it up into a single bike rack by removing the 2 screws on either side here and pulling this back section out. Like with the other platform style racks, this can tilt away from the vehicle with both bikes attached to gain rear hatch access, although the handle is pretty far forward here, so if you had 2 bikes on here, it might be a little difficult to do this on your own. You may need an extra set of hands, but for today's purposes, you can just pull it towards us and let the bike rack come down, holding on to the bike rack. Now you can see we have plenty of space in between the bike and the hatch itself, and we have enough space in between the bike rack and the bumper to get what we need as well. To put it back in its original position, you simply lift up on the bike rack itself until you hear that click. It does come with an anti-theft cable here that you wrap around the frame of your bike, and it gets attached to a point just underneath the front platform here, and there is a lock that comes with that, and it is key-to-like with the hitch lock, which we'll get to a little bit later. So let's go ahead and take the bike off and set it aside. We'll grab our key here for the lock. Remove our cable. We'll just set that off to the side. Now, how the bike is held into place, we'll have 2 points of contact. We're going to have this rear wheel cradle here with this strap, and this cradle is adjustable back and forth to accommodate bikes of different sizes. At the front, we're going to have a wheel hook, which is really nice, especially for the carbon frame bikes, so it doesn't damage their frame once it's being installed. Plus, you can fit a wider variety of bikes, such as alternate frame bikes and kids bikes as well, that would normally require a bike adapter bar with other racks. So I'll take this off. We'll go ahead and push the blue tab on the rear strap here to release it. Then coming up to the front, we'll push the blue trigger at our wheel hook, push that up and away to get it to push it away, and then to put it in place, it ratchets down. And lift our bike up and off. Everything folds up pretty nice and neat with this bike rack as well when you're finished with it. And now I'd like to give you a couple quick measurements. Measuring from the edge of the bumper to our outermost point, we've added about 34 inches. Our closest point to the bumper is going to be about 5 3/4 inches to this edge here. Because of our raised shank, our ground clearance is going to be about 23 inches. Now, with it in this folded flat position, we still have access to our rear hatch if need be, but we can also fold this up against the vehicle as well, like so. Now, we've only added about 12 inches to the rear of the vehicle. Our closest point is going to be our cradle here at about 1 inch. And our ground clearance is going to be about 12 inches as well. How this attaches to the hitch, we're going to have an anti-rattle bolt and hitch lock. Once the anti-rattle bolt's tightened down, that'll take out the shake and play. And then if we move this collar here, you can utilize this with 1¼ accessories as well. But since this is a 2-bike rack, you need to make sure that it's at least a Class 2. So this can work with either multiple vehicles, or if you get a Class 2 hitch for your Outback. And there you have it for the Rocky Mounts Monorail Solo 2 bike rack on our 2018 Subaru Outback Wagon.